The air is thick with anticipation. A storm is brewing, and it's not headed for the weatherman's map. This storm is economic, and it's aimed straight at the heart of America Walmart. You know it, I know it, something's changing. The familiar hum of the store, the comforting routine of our shopping trips, it all feels different now. The aisles we once roamed freely, stocking up for life's adventures, they feel different now. The shelves that once overflowed with abundance now seem sparse, almost barren. There's a tension, a sense that the ground is shifting beneath our feet. It's as if the very foundation of our consumer habits is being questioned. I've spent my life getting my hands dirty, working side by side with everyday Americans. I've seen the dedication and hard work that goes into keeping these shelves stocked and these aisles clean. I've seen firsthand the grit and determination that built this nation, the spirit of resilience that has carried us through tough times. But I've also seen what happens when folks are caught off guard, unprepared for the unexpected, the confusion, the scramble to adapt. And friends, what's coming down the pipeline at Walmart? That's unexpected. It's a shift that could catch many off guard. We're talking about changes so big, so fundamental, they could rewrite the rules of the game. Changes that could redefine how we shop, how we live. They could rewrite the rules of the game. The very principles we've come to rely on might be turned on their head. Changes that might seem small at first glance, like a subtle shift in product placement or a new layout. But when you connect the dots, they reveal a much larger picture, a picture of a future that's rapidly approaching. They paint a picture of a future where self-reliance isn't just a virtue, it's a necessity. A future where we must be prepared for anything. We're not talking about some conspiracy theory here. This is real, tangible change. This is about paying attention, trusting your gut, and being ready for whatever comes next. It's about being proactive, not reactive, and getting ready for whatever comes next. Because the future is uncertain and we must be prepared. Because after September, the Walmart you thought you knew, it might be gone for good. The familiar landscape of our shopping experience could be forever altered. It might be gone for good. The aisles, the products, the very essence of what Walmart represents could be transformed beyond recognition. We must adapt, learn new ways, and embrace the changes. It's a new era, and we must be ready to face it head on. Together, we can navigate this storm. By supporting each other, sharing knowledge, and staying informed, we can weather any change that comes our way. There's hope, there's resilience, and there's a community ready to face the future. We are stronger together, and together we will overcome. The storm may be coming, but with preparation and unity, we can turn it into an opportunity for growth and renewal. The future is ours to shape. So let's face this storm with confidence, knowing that we have the strength and determination to thrive in any situation. The future is bright, and it's ours to seize. The Walmart of tomorrow may be different, but it will be a place where we can continue to find what we need, adapt to new realities, and build a better future together. Together, we will weather this storm and emerge stronger, more resilient, and ready for whatever comes next. The future is ours, and it's full of promise. Remember the early days of the pandemic, the uncertainty, the fear, the rush to stock up on essentials, those empty shelves, the panicked scramble for essentials? It was a scene straight out of a dystopian movie, but it was our reality. It felt like the world was turning upside down. People were desperate, grabbing whatever they could find, not knowing when the shelves would be restocked. Well, that was just a taste, a sneak peek of what could be our new normal if we're not careful. The fragility of our supply chains was exposed, and it was a wake-up call. Word on the street is supply chains are still a mess. The disruptions we experienced were not just a blip, they were a sign of deeper issues. Trucks are backed up, factories are struggling, and those temporary shortages, they're becoming more frequent, more persistent. They're starting to feel a whole lot more permanent. The once-in-a-lifetime event is now a recurring theme. Now add to that the whispers of rising inflation, the dollar losing its grip. Prices are climbing, and our purchasing power is dwindling. Suddenly, that can of beans, that extra pack of batteries, it all takes on a whole new meaning. It's not just about convenience anymore, it's about survival. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about facing facts. The world is changing, and we need to adapt. When the world gets unpredictable, the smart money bets on preparedness. It's about being ready for whatever comes next. And right now, all signs point to one thing: stocking up before the storm hits. It's about taking control in a world that feels increasingly out of control. Think about it. Having a well-stocked pantry isn't just about having food on hand. It's about peace of mind, knowing that you can weather the storm. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Checking expiration dates, rotating stock, making sure you have what you need when you need it. And it's not just about individual preparedness. Communities can come together, share resources, support each other. Supporting local farmers, buying fresh produce, reducing our reliance on long supply chains. It's about building resilience at every level, investing in renewable energy, collecting rainwater, growing your own food. These are all steps we can take to become more self-sufficient. It's about creating a lifestyle that values sustainability, that prioritizes long-term thinking over short-term convenience, learning new skills, becoming more self-reliant. It's about taking responsibility for our own well-being, and it's about coming together as a community, planning, preparing, and supporting each other, because in the end, we're all in this together. So, as we navigate these uncertain times, let's remember the lessons we've learned. Let's be prepared, stay resilient, and look out for one another, because when the shelves are empty and the promises are even emptier, it's our preparedness that will see us through. So, what's the big deal about September? Why is this month the tipping point for one of the world's largest retailers? September has always been a month of change, a transition from summer to fall. But this year, it's more than just the weather that's shifting. Well, sources inside Walmart are whispering about a major overhaul. This isn't just a minor tweak or a seasonal adjustment. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how Walmart operates. Think about it like this. Walmart's about to get a whole lot more strategic. They're not just looking at the bottom line, they're rethinking their entire business model. They're talking about streamlining inventory, focusing on essential items. This means prioritizing products that are deemed essential, which could lead to a more efficient shopping experience. Now, that might sound reasonable on the surface, but think about what that means for the preppers out there. Those who rely on Walmart for their emergency supplies might find themselves in a bind. Those long-lasting foods, those survival supplies, they might get shuffled to the back if they even make the cut at all. This could be a game changer for those who depend on these items. Imagine walking into your local Walmart and finding the shelves empty of the items you need most. The back rooms might be cluttered with products that didn't make the new streamlined list. And here's the kicker: rumor has it Walmart's going digital in a big way. This isn't just about adding a few more self-checkout lanes, it's a complete digital transformation. They're talking about phasing out cash transactions, pushing everyone towards their app and digital payment systems. This could mean the end of cash as we know it at Walmart. Now, I'm all for progress, but this move smells fishy. It feels like a way to control how we shop, what we buy, and maybe even how much we spend. There's a lot of uncertainty here. It's like they're trying to control how we shop, what we buy, maybe even how much we spend. Imagine being limited by an app notification telling you that you've reached your purchasing limit for the day. This could be the new reality for Walmart shoppers. So as we move into September, keep an eye on Walmart. These changes could have a ripple effect not just for the company, but for the entire retail industry. What starts at Walmart often sets the trend for others to follow. Whether you're a loyal Walmart shopper or just an occasional visitor, these changes are something to watch. The retail landscape is shifting, and September might just be the beginning. So what's changing? A lot, it seems, and only time will tell how these changes will impact us all. Stay tuned, because the retail world is about to get a lot more interesting. Section 4, Inventory Lockdown, Prepper's Nightmare. Let's talk turkey about what this streamlined inventory really means. It's code for less choice, less control, and a whole lot less of the stuff preppers rely on. Think about it. Those bulk bags of rice and beans gone, those heavy-duty tarps and tools hard to find, the very items that help us become self-sufficient, the things that give us peace of mind when the unexpected happens, they're about to become scarce. Now, I'm not saying Walmart's turning evil overnight, but I am saying this: when corporations prioritize profits over people, it's time to get your house in order. Because relying on them to provide for you during tough times, that's a gamble you might not want to take. Section 5, Price Hikes and Digital Dollars, a Toxic Brew. Here's where things get really interesting, folks. Remember those whispers about inflation? Well, they're about to become screams. See, less inventory means higher prices. Basic economics, right? But here's the catch. When you combine those rising prices with a push for digital payments, it's a recipe for trouble. Think about it. When cash is king, you know exactly what you've got, what you can spend. But when everything's digital, those numbers on a screen, they can be manipulated. And when the powers that be can control the flow of money, well, they can control a whole lot more than that. This isn't about tinfoil hats and conspiracy theories. This is about protecting yourself, about understanding the rules of the game so you can play it smart.